Good day, everyone. My name is Arnel Adones Madrideo from BSE-06-401A. Today, I am going to discuss to you the introduction of differentiated instruction and the first three key characteristics of differentiated instruction. But before we go further, let us first define what is differentiated instruction. So, differentiation means tailoring instruction to meet individual needs. So, dito is hinihimay-himay ni teacher yung lesson plan na ginawa niya or yung syllabus na ginawa niya para ma-meet yung pangangailangan ng estudyante. Kung kaya niya bang matutunan yung isang lesson sa ganitong paraan, kung magiging akma ba yung mga teaching strategy na gagawin niya dun sa isang classroom para matutunan ng mga estudyante ng mas mabilis yung ituturo sa kanilang lesson. Next is whether teachers differentiate content, process, products, or the learning environment. So dito is nagbe-base si teacher sa content na dito yung instruction na gagawin niya dun sa lesson plan or sa syllabus is magiging angkop ba dun sa kakayahan ng estudyante yung content na ituturo niya dun sa mga estudyante. So next is the process, kung tama ba yung process na gagawin niya para ma-impart niya yung knowledge na meron siya dun sa mga estudyante. Next is the products or the learning environment. So angkop ba yung learning environment dun sa gagawin niyang pagtuturo, kung magiging applicable ba lahat ng gagawin niyang process dun sa magiging product ng kanilang discussion. So next is the use of ongoing assessment and flexible grouping makes this a successful approach to instruction. So yun nga, yung ongoing assessment, ginagawa yun upang makita nga ni teacher kung nagiging maganda ba yung kinakalabasan nung ginagawa niyang teaching strategy. So kung hindi naman, merong pagkakataon si teacher na mabago or mai-adjust yung yung process or yung ginagawa nila para mas madaling matutunan ng mga estudyante yung lesson na tinatalakay nila. So next is differentiated instruction is proactive. The teacher proactively plans differentiation to address a variety of learning needs as opposed to adjusting a lesson plan when it becomes clear that it's not working for some students. So dito pag nakita ni teacher na yung lesson plan na ginawa niya is hindi agad nakuha ng estudyante or yung topic na dinidiscuss nila na ginawa niya para doon sa lesson plan is hindi agad nakuha ng estudyante, doon nagkakaroon ng time si teacher na dito i-adjust yung lesson plan para sa ganun is magkaroon siya ng other teaching strategy na mapapabilis yung pagkatuto ng isang estudyante. Kung kailangan ng estudyante ng more attention para matutunan yung isang lesson. So next is the differentiated instruction is more qualitative than quantitative. Differentiated instruction involves adjusting the quality of an assignment to match student needs, not varying the quantity of work. Dito nagbibigay si teacher ng assignment na tutugma dun sa pangangailangan ng estudyante. Hindi nakafocus si teacher dun sa gaano kabilis ni student masagutan or matapos yung isang gawain, bagkus nakafocus siya dun sa quality na kayang ibigay na kayang gawin ng estudyante para matapos yung kanyang gawain. Next is differentiated instruction is rooted in assessment. Since addressing student individual needs is at the core of DI, teachers look for every opportunity to get to know their students better through conversations with students, classroom discussions, student work, observation, and formal assessment. So dito, maraming ways si teacher para makilala niya ng lubos si students at para na rin magiging advantage yun para gamitin niya na yung mga nalaman niya sa estudyante niya is magamit niya sa paggawa ng lesson plan and syllabus. Himay-himay ang pag-discuss ng isang topic para sa ganun is makuha agad ni student yung yung topic na dinidiscuss nyo. So, then, teachers design and modify learning experience based on assessment findings. Each student's progress is measured, at least in part, from where that student begins. So, yun nga, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina. So, yung assessment findings, dun siya magbe-base kung, sa assessment findings, dun siya magbe-base kung ano yung magiging teaching approach niya or teaching strategy na gagamitin niya para mas madaling matutunan ng students yung topic na i-discuss nila sa classroom. So, thank you, and that's the end of my report.
Hello everyone, I am Mahinay, and here are some more key characteristics of the differentiated instruction. So, differentiated instruction provides multiple approaches to content, process, product, and the effect or the learning environment. So, after ma-assess ni teacher ang kanyang mga estudyante, nagkakaroon na siya ng idea on how to differentiate the instruction based on the 4 elements na yun, which is content, process, product, and the learning environment. And those instruction will always be based on the student's readiness, interest, and the learning profile, which is ang general goal is to increase the student's growth, efficiency, and the motivation. Next one is differentiated instruction is student-centered. So first and foremost, kaya naman merong differentiated instruction, para yun sa mga estudyante for them to learn more effectively. So tasks are based on students' prior knowledge and are designed with a level of challenge appropriate for the student. The goal is to help the students become self-reliant learners and to share the responsibility for their learning. So yung mga students, they are become engaged on activities which are meaningful and interesting. So ito, tututo sila na kung paano maging independent and for them to share the responsibility for their learning. So next one is differentiated instruction is a blend of a whole class, group, and individual instruction. So hindi naman ibig sabihin na differentiated instruction, iba-iba na siya on each individual learners. So kaya minsan nagkakaroon tayo ng group activity, ng by partner, meron din individual. So ibig sabihin nun dapat si teacher meron siyang iba't ibang instructional strategies kung saan dapat kahit groupings yun o pang whole class o individual, makaka-cope up yung lahat dun sa instruction na binigay niya. And for the last one, differentiated instruction is organic. So as you can see, merong halaman dyan o halaman yan. Teaching constantly evolves through collaboration between students and teachers. So meaning, teachers and students learn from each other. So students, they focus on their subject, which is yung tinuturo sa kanilang mga teachers. And the teachers also learn from their students, especially through monitoring their behaviors or how they learn from them. So by this, pwedeng makakaroon ng idea si teacher kung paano niya i-adjust yung kanyang teaching style para mas maging effective yung learning ng mga students. And that's all for the key characteristics of the differentiated instruction.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon, ma'am, and good afternoon to my classmates out there. So, my name is Joshua Magpantay, and this is the continuation of our report. So, my topic is all about the key elements of differentiated instructions. Differentiated instructions is based on the modification of 4 elements: the content, process, product, and the affect learning environment. This modification is guided by the teacher's understanding of students' needs, the students' readiness, interest, and the learning profile. So let's take a closer look at some vocabulary key related to differentiation. So what can teachers differentiate? The first thing is the content. Content means the knowledge or the understanding and skills that students need to learn. It is important to remember that these learning goals should nearly always remain the same for all students in the differentiated classrooms. What teachers can differentiate in terms of content is the methods that students use to access the key content. For example, students can acquire new information and ideas through reading independently or with a partner, reading a novel or listening it to the tape, doing online research or communicating with experts, participating in group demonstrations or engaging in a small group instructions. Or the teachers can present content in several ways in the classroom. For example, by showing students images or concrete objects illustrating math concepts as a first step in teaching these abstract concepts. So, the second one is all about the process. The process is defined as how students come to understand and make sense of the content. By differentiating process, they understand creating sense-making activities that help students own the content by allowing them to see how it makes sense and realize how it is useful in the world outside the classroom. Differentiating process is all about practice based on the content. These involve students trying to figure out things, asking questions, making mistakes. At this stage, says Carol and Tomlinson, almost always students will need to work at different speed, with different kind of support, in different groupings, and in different modes. And that's a very important stage because this really is the point where learning happens with kids. The third one is the product. Products are always for students to demonstrate what they have come to know or to understand and be able to do after an extended period of learning. According to Carol Ann Tomlinson, a synonym for a product is an authentic assessment, which gives students which gives teachers fertile ground for differentiation. So students can propose the way they'd like to show us something, or we might offer them two choices, with the notion that they can make a deal with us to do the third one, she says. Even a multiple choice or true or false test can be differentiated, says Tomlinson. I am seeing some district do an interesting thing, especially where they have a lot of second language learners. They have the regular version of the test and then one district called the plain English version. So it is exactly the same thing, but they write it in a more streamlined way or simpler vocabulary, more with white space. Kids still have to understand and be able to work with the same things. They just made the format or it more accessible to them. So the last one is the affect learning environment. Affect learning environment, the effect of students' emotions and feelings on their learning, is another element of differentiated instructions. Our emotions and feelings, which are created by our past experiences and our reactions to current experiences, influence our self-concept, as well as motivation to learn and ability to collaborate. All those factors play a key role in the learning process. Differentiating students' affects means modifying the learning environment to meet students' emotional needs. For example, we differentiate by students' affect when we have kids who need a little bit more attention to be able to stick with the task, or we understand that this kid really likes to have someone acknowledgement that he's made a great step forward, says Tomlinson. Whereas this kid is kind of modest and would prefer really that attention not be called or him or her, but rather to the group because it is a cultural thing that the group needs to be acknowledged. So that's the end of my report. Thank you very much.